control, having the initiative. It's really cool to watch him. Let's jump into game. Belshir Vestige is our first map.
Let's be honest here. Huck is the control king. Top 3, I hear. That's what he usually
I hear
uses.
that, yeah. Top 3 control. World.
Yeah. Good times. I hear also Ssanaee is very, very good with swarm hosts from a lot of people, so I want to see him use those very nicely.
We'll find out. He's spawning in the bottom left-hand position as the blue Zerg. And of course his opponent over here in the top left-hand corner, it is Huck. And Huck, I see him all the time on Belshir Vestige. I feel like this is one of his favorite maps.
It's a very beautiful map.
What do you think about PvZ on this map? Because I feel like Protoss love it.
It's not too difficult to get your third. I remember Roach attacks can be very, very strong. Roach Hydra can be very good here if you know how to abuse hitting both places at the same time. But if Protoss can deal with that, or even not even go into that point, then Protoss should usually be fine. If they can get past that, they have 3 bases, very solid. It's very hard for a Zerg to take and hold the 4th. That's the key. Because no matter where they go, you know, Protoss has a small choke to kind of go into. It's very hard to surround the Protoss near the 4th.
Yeah, I almost feel like exactly what you said. Like 3-base Zerg is a little bit scary, but it's 2-base Protoss and then endgame Protoss that's really good on this map. The expansion
Check this
count.
out. Like this is brand new stuff to me. Like I don't want to take my natural first. I'm taking my 3rd first. That's like some mind games right there from Ssanaee.
What's that all about?
I don't know. It's the new strategy. It's like trying to trick Huck into thinking like hey there, you know, I'm going pool first, and Huck's not gonna know that there's another hatchery up first. He's gonna think this is like a 14 pool, 15 hatch. This is actually pretty brilliant right here.
Because it's coming out at 242. That's when you accrue enough minerals when you're doing a 14 pool, 15 hatch. Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah.
And he's secretly going hatch first. What a crazy cool build! I'm
Isn't
really
it? It's pretty
impressed. Yeah, because he has the
is-
economy of a hatch first.
Yeah,
But-
just what you said.
Oh, cool. Extractor is going down, so Huck is going to be like, what's going on? And this should be the tell. He sees the spawning pool not finished, and it's like, wait, what? Why is your spawning pool not finished yet? I mean...
So there is something cool here too, that we could see it. We're probably not going to see it, but we might. We won't see it. Huck's just going to throw it on the Nexus here, go into macro mode. But when a Zerg takes their 3rd all the way over there, a 4-gate, some sort of really crazy early pressure could do a lot more, especially on a map like this, if he could get a proxy pylon up. And I've seen Huck do that before, but he's not going to go for it for the macro style.
Well, he still could. Well, he hasn't started... never mind. He started his warp gate really late. But he has a lot of chrono boost still. And he's done the 1 gas variation, so he has the ability to just bank up a lot of minerals and get that 4-gate down ASAP. But no, he's going for the forge and then double gateway, most likely, right behind it.
Yep. But he is saving up. He has 90 energy. That's a little bit odd at this point. Usually you see that spent, I believe, on the warp gate to make it go a little bit quicker. But he's going to be at 100 and maxed very shortly. He could be using that on probes, but he probably has some sort of plan. It's very interesting that he's saving that much up. Because like right now he's losing potential energy, right?
Yeah.
He's at that 100 points.
Yeah, he's at 100 out of 100. Still hasn't used it. There it is. The first chrono boost will go off on
the Nexus.
Okay, the Nexus.
So just macro. Maybe he was thinking maybe I'll cancel. Maybe I'll do some sort of crazy thing. But he sees the Zergs just playing a little bit passively, or you know, like I don't want to risk it. I'm just gonna play kind of a bit more.
As a Zerg, when you see that much chrono boost, do you actually get worried?
Oh yeah, all the time. If you see that much, like that's why I was here. I was like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, that's a lot of chrono boost. Why is he saving? Is there a Stargate hidden? Is there a proxy somewhere? But there isn't. Like maybe Huck's probe just got chased the entire time, so he couldn't throw down a pylon. I don't know. There are a lot of different variations, but yeah, you're always really worried when you see those Nexus with full energy. So that's always going to be used on like 4 gates, and then just like bam, 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 you got 8 stalkers in your face.
Yeah.
And that does not end well for Zerg.
Well, here's the first Overlord scout in at the mid-game stage. It's going to be taken out, but it doesn't really see much. Just sees a gateway. Warp gate still finishing, no chrono boost, so he doesn't have to worry too much. Over on Ssanaee's side, though, he's at Well, he's at pretty standard place. 37 workers, 38 workers.
Oh.
Look, he's thrown down spore crawlers.
Oh, that's a big deal. Yeah, the sport crawlers for sure, but
Oh,
the Ling-
gosh.
Yo. That Ling is the lucky Ling, man. He's like, whew, thank you very much, force fields. I just made it by. I'm so glad I worked out and was a little bit faster today than my brethren.
You just watched them die. He's
That
like
old
a
expression, you know, you don't have to outrun the sentries, just your friends, right?
Exactly.
He sees everything.
Yeah. It looks good, and
He escapes. Look at that. That Ling better play like a pivotal role in this game, man. Like morph into a Baneling and kill like 20 probes later on. I don't know, I have confidence in him.
it's Billy the Zergling. That's what it is. Alright, so Huck is throwing down his aggression. There are no proxy pylons out here to actually support this. So I don't know how successful it'll be.
You know, at this point, it's kind of one of the newer things where this doesn't have to do anything but force the Zerg to not make drones. You know, like right here, there's this force. Maybe he's gonna get the queen. Like if he gets that queen, runs away, he can just get out. That's almost just a win there for Huck. Because he forced all these roaches. You know, if you look at it right now in the making, well, actually it's drones. So Ssanaee is very, very smart. He's realized like this is just a fake, but kind of evenish, I'd say.
Well, I'm a little bit worried for Ssanaee, right? Or excuse me, worried for Huck at this point. I mean, we have a fully saturated Zerg base. His third natural main, all the gases have already been taken. Layer tech has already arisen, and this is a phase where I have to feel like just Ssanaee is going to be able to do that Zergling Roach or Zergling Hydra pressure into the Spire tech. And we don't see the Spire down right now, but the fact of the matter is, I mean, he just has a booming economy really, really early on. And with that, he has so many different transitions that he's capable of. That's going to be putting Huck on the back foot.
Yeah. There was one kind of thing you brought up earlier where the Zerg made the spore crawlers very early, made 2 of them. Now imagine a situation where instead of 2 spore crawlers, he takes maybe a proxy hatch, or even just makes his 4th hatchery a little bit sooner. You know, he has that extra 150 minerals, however much the drones made. That would be when things get really, really scary for the Protoss. That would almost be at this point that kind of like, yeah, Protoss probably lost because he had that much money, and it's literally that close of a tight line to walk. I feel between killing the Protoss at this point and Protoss living. So if we see a fight that's super, super close, it will have came down to just making 2 spores when they weren't getting.
Wow, that'd be insane. Well, we'll find out if that actually comes to affect the game. Right now, we do have Ssanaee taking his 4th, and that should kind of tell Huck that he needs to do something right now. A lot of Zerglings, a lot of Hydras up on the way out. They're moving across the map, and Aspire is going down. I love this constant scouts with this Phoenix, or the hallucinated Phoenix. They're going to catch everything. That Spire is in the bottom left-hand corner. So how does Huck actually deal with this? If he does it like how Deer does it, he's going to be hitting right as the mutas are popping out. That's a pretty tough timing to hit, but we'll see if Huck is actually prepared for that. Huck's been playing great lately, I know, especially in the Red Bull qualifiers.
Here's the split. This is the split that you got to watch for. But Huck is like pre-splits. This is just pretty solid play, but I don't know. Wasted a time warp a little bit there.
Roach Hydras are doing some good work over here at the 3rd base. And Zerglings are going to dart in, try to do damage against this Nexus, but looks like it's not going to be enough. Just Nexus has way, way too much. Tries to poke into the natural base, but that gets shut down too. Huck on all over it. And now getting a really scary army of just Sentry Stalker. Additional Hydras were made behind this. That's going to weaken the Muta switch.
Alright, so Huck made, losing that Immortal is actually a tremendous deal. But at this point, it's a little bit different of a game because Huck's kind of making, he's doing everything. You know, he's making a lot of Stalkers, making Warp Prism. He's also going into Colossus and doing a timing. He's just trying to do everything, and the Zerg, just not falling for it. He's making the mutas. I definitely would rather be the Zerg in this situation.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, the Muta switch is not going to be punished with some sort of push. This Warp Prism probably not going to do anything over here. And no, it isn't. And the mutas, they're just congregating right now. They're not showing themselves. I don't think so.
They're just cackling together, thinking of all the damage they're going to do shortly.
Yeah, and it's going to be pretty tough to stop. Well, it's only 6 mutas out in the field so far.
It's a lot of Hydras. That's the scary part here. That's a total of 20 Hydras.
And they're going into counterattack mode. This makes a lot of sense. Huck, what does he do? Does he pull back? No, he's not going to pull back. He's going to go for this commitment. The mutas are going to get thwarted pretty easily here. A lot of times you make spine crawlers. Do we have any spine crawlers that are being thrown down? No, we don't. 2,000 minerals, though. Definitely need spine crawlers ASAP. The third base gets cleaned up. Natural base are going to be under attack pretty soon here. Fourth base for the Zerg is under attack by just some Blink Stalkers. Sentries are going to pair off against these the mutas. And this is just way too much ground force when it comes down to it. With the mutas on top, this is going to be tough.
Yeah, it's not. It didn't. It's. I don't know. It's actually closer than I thought it would be because the stalkers are a lot of them. They're killing the third, and if he managed to hold here, I feel like he'd be in a great position. He actually had some stalkers left at home, a little bit out of position, and when both the Colossus died right now it's definitely looking very, very good for Ssanaee. But if Huck had managed to keep those Colossus alive, stall, just have a mothership core. He didn't actually even have one here. He's not using a cannon for the Nexus. It's a little bit odd to me, because he is countering with those stalkers. He's just going to town there, but just can't hold.
That's right. And now he's going to recall his stalkers back.
So there was the mothership core. I was wrong on that. I just it was a bit slow to get into where it needed to be.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. There's the blink. The natural's going to be targeted down, but no, he's going to give that up. So it's 2 base against 2 base. Ssanaee lost a majority of his mutas, though, in that last engagement. That's a really, really tough position to be in.
He's losing more now.
Units tab, let's take a look. 11 mutas on the field to 22 stalkers, but remember, there are those Zerglings, there are those Hydras. That combination is going to be able to outdo the stalkers. I mean, that's just how it works out.
Mutas are going in.
Oh, need to be careful. There are 4 stalkers over there.
Oh boy.
And
trap.
It is Ssanaee trying to get out of there. Can do damage against some of these probes.
The probes, though. That's all he needs to do. Keep the Protoss inside.
He gave up 4 mutas, though, for that engagement, and now loses more Zerglings and Hydras. I think Huck has this on lockdown, honestly. 2 base versus 2 base. You can see that Ssanaee really hasn't invested any more into his I
will wager the other way. I will say that spine wall is not to be broken.
It's not.
Yes, 15 of them.
How can he take his third? I just feel like
counters. Just you take it, and if the person ever moves out to deal with it, you just counter. I would rather be the Zerg in this situation.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Pretty sure.
I mean, the muta count is
just
still.
Gonna make mutas.
Yeah.
Just gonna keep doing mutas, I believe. Maybe no, he's making Hydras right now, which I find kind of odd. But I understand it too. I just feel like continuing to make mutas and just doing this right here, picking off those probes whenever the stalker's out of position. I think that's a brilliant, beautiful move for the Zerg.
Well, this spine wall, yeah, 15 spines. That's definitely really scary, as you were mentioning. And this is a position where it's, as you said, it's really awkward for the Protoss. Like, they don't feel comfortable ever moving out. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
As soon as it happens. But there's that photon overcharge. There's not a lot of mutas here, so they have to back up immediately. Stalker is on the warpath over to the third base, looking to deny. The spine crawler is trying to get over in time, but he might lose a lot of spines. No, the Hydras and Lings are going to be over here to deflect this attack.
So you want to know the huge mistake here that might cost Ssanaee?
Go on.
He doesn't have range on his Hydralisks.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
He's just using the spines, and that should be good.
Mutas on the other side are doing still a little bit of damage here and there. Not being able to take it out. Finally, the 5th muta is dead. Huck is, yeah, you were right, Sean. I mean, he's in a really uncomfortable situation. But now, finally, baby, yeah, these are dead.
And that may not seem like a big deal, but like that can never happen. Like now I would rather be the Protoss.
Yeah, because now you have no counterattacking.
That's why I felt like you needed to keep making the mutas to keep that threat alive. Even have the Zerglings with the mutas just running around, being everywhere, always forcing Huck to leave maybe half of his army even at home, and then you crush the army that moves out in between the mutaling and whatever you have at home. But the Zerg's idea is still valid. It's like saying, I think I can beat you from a defensive game. I have the economy, and that's very true. If Huck doesn't kill him here, the Zerg is great economy-wise. But again, this attack can happen now. And if Huck micros well.
Oh, he might be able to trap out some of these units. Hydras are going to die here. But this is scary. I mean, it's a lot of spine crawlers, and he gets fungled like crazy. Now remember, those Hydras don't have that 6 range, so it does affect him here. But it's going to be too much because those spine crawlers, they're incredibly good in this position. And with the amount, yeah, look at how many infestors are out here on the field. That means the stalkers will trade out. That's a really, really bad position. Constant fungals on top of them. But wow, the Hydras aren't going to be able to do enough damage. Holy moly, maybe Huck can still do this. I mean, with just stalkers, anything can happen, and this can still be out of control. Third base. Under serious fire. Wow.
Running in.
Wow, blinked in.
Huck was able to do this attack. He has 2 bases running. It's closer than it needs to be, but that blink in I think is going to cost him.
Yeah, it cost him a lot of stalkers here. Even a transfuse helping out. Wow.
I think if he didn't blink in there and continued to be cost effective with this push, he lost another stalker just to the spines. I don't know. It's that blink forward was just like I want to lose. I think I can do it. It's now or never, and it just didn't work.
Yeah. Huck is only on 1 base economy. Barely 1 base economy, I should say. You can see.
It was a very hard position for him, for sure. And Ssanaee did play amazing with macro. And, you know, the decision-making, maybe not making those mutas and going into this infestor defense, it worked out perfectly. So it was a great decision.
That's right. Although he's still not able to clean everything up. The Stalker's doing a great job. Now Infested Terran's going to be popped out here. Infested Terrans are still going to do well against these Stalkers that don't have any armor upgrade. Looks like Huck needs to back up from here. He has a Warp Prism. He just needs to use it. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, I think he forgot about it. Because it's been there kind of the entire game.
Yeah.
It's almost like a wasted unit. It could have been, you know, another Immortal. But it's okay. We all make some mistakes. And Huck, despite this, has played a really beautiful game. I liked a lot of his decision making. Played a very aggressive style. Look at that dodge. Beautiful blink.
It was. But at this point, I don't think there's anything Huck can do. I mean, he's going to keep trying. But when it comes down to it, I mean, these spine crawlers are just so sturdy. And with the big infestor count, Huck realized it. GG's. Ssanaee will take game number 1. Played so